Welcome to Ruth's channel.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope you have watched our two videos that you have already shared.
Yes.
We first shared about our campus life in part 1, and then we also shared about Kenya School of Law life.
Yes.
So we want to share the after school. We are just we joined KSL in 2016, so we are like 5 years out of school, almost going to 5 years. So we are going to share our experiences.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, just we joined KSL in 2016, so we are like 5 years out of school, almost going to 5 years. So we are going to share our experiences.
Yeah, true.
So the first thing I will talk about is, remember after now KSL, yeah, you'll have studied very hard, given your all 100%, because of course no one wants to fail. But when the results come, you might have failed, and trust me, it's not a good experience. And you go to social media, people will be saying, "Thank God for my 9 years," and for you, maybe you have failed 5. So just don't feel, I won't lie, you will feel bad. So trust me, it's not going to be a good experience after learning you haven't gotten the 9 Ps. You'll go on social media, people will be writing, "I've got a 9 Ps, I thank God." And for you that time, you don't take it personally and judge yourself because of it. But then now, there are people who are lying. So don't use that against yourself. If someone writes "thank you for the 9 Ps" and it's a lie. Anyway, but the point here is, don't feel bad. Don't compare yourself or judge yourself according to that.
Exactly,
don't consider yourself a failure.
Exactly.
Yes. But again, don't act as though everything is okay. Don't pretend. Reach out to friends, to your close friends, and explain to them. What I can tell you, also, parents don't understand sometimes when you fail. Trust me, because remember the amount of money they paid for you to join Kenya School of Law. So they don't really understand. So talk to people who will understand, and the best people to talk to are the people you are in school with, or the people who are done with KSL. Don't be alone during that period. Don't segregate yourself from your friends, because it's something you need to share it with someone.
Okay, so guys, after the first year of KSL, you're required to go for your pupilage for 6 months, which is, in other words, an attachment for 6 months, which where you can be attached to either a law firm or any other organization under their legal department. Those organizations that have been accredited by the Kenya School of Law. So one thing we are not told at Kenya School of Law is that the process of getting a pupilage is a hassle. You expect that immediately you get out of Kenya School of Law, January, tarehe moja, you're in an office. Unfortunately, especially these days, there are people who stay even until August before they get a placement for the attachment. And not forgetting, these are very important aspect of Kenya School of Law. You cannot be admitted without having gone through the 6 months. So it is important to know that it is not easy to get, not unless unajuana. And if you do, make sure you have things arranged early enough. Kama unajua you don't have a godfather, please just start your applications early and make sure your applications are in line. Make sure you do a good application. Don't just do applications for the sake, expecting that law firms are many, you'll be able to be placed. No. Most law firms are not taking people in these days for pupilage. Of course, it goes also with the maybe previous conduct of previous pupils who unfortunately are causing us collateral damage now. But you have to start applying as early as possible and make sure you cast your net as wide as possible. Apply everywhere and anywhere. Yes, that should be able to cover you. At least you can be able to start. If you can be able to start maybe in January, February, that's good enough. You'll be able to finish and graduate in good time. Of course, depending on how the results are. Also, another thing I'll talk about is when you've already gotten your pupilage and you're in a place, please give it your best. Do not take it casually. Do not take it for granted. Don't assume it's just another process that you have to surpass onto your next steps. It really speaks a lot to you as a person, your character, and your work ethic as a person. And also considering that if you do a good job, chances are that you'll be retained. For me, for example, I'm not saying I'm a good person, but for me, I'm still working at the place where I was doing my pupilage in 2017. Perhaps it's because they saw that I was doing my work well, or at least it was different from the previous people who are doing their work there. So please just do your best, because hustling hustling for a place after that is not going to be easy. So do your best, be a diligent pupil, attend to matters that are assigned to you in good time, and make sure you give it your best. Also be in a good relationship with your colleagues and your boss. Yeah, make sure you respect everybody, starting from the cleaner to your boss. No matter how small someone is, don't think that now because I'm about to become an advocate, I am untouchable and I can speak to the other subordinate staff the way you want. Be a respectful person. It really goes a long way. Yeah, thank you. Add on to another thing that is very important to note that occurs during pupilage. Most places, unfortunately, you will not be paid a lot of money. Unfortunately. You will get places where you're paid 5,000, 10,000, 15,000.
Some they don't.
Yeah, some do not even pay you. Yeah. So it is important to note that you may still need your parents' assistance. Yeah. If you need to pay your rent, you need to commute, you need to eat, you need to buy suits. You really have to speak to people. Don't be by yourself. Unfortunately, in our year we have a student who we lost to depression following the stress that comes after failing examinations, stressful pupilage. So it is very important for you to reach out, speak to people, be it friends, be it family. Make sure you speak to people, because some pupilage period can really be tough, especially, and it is very unfortunate that some of our pupil masters are not the best. We have people who mistreat the pupils who are under them. So it's really important to speak out to your friends, and also know that it is not cast on stone. If your boss is not treating you well, there are cases of sexual harassment in the law firm. You're free to go to school and request for a change of your pupil master. So if you feel that the circumstances are really beyond your tolerance or beyond factors that you cannot be able to control, you can just go to school and request for a change of a supervisor.
Yeah, so once you're done with your exams, you have passed all the papers, you have done your pupilage, you have cleared pupilage, you now go to Kenya School of Law, where you clear. You make sure that you clear with the library, accounts. There are different places that you have to clear. Once you're done with that and you've handed over also your pupilage workbook, you'll go to CLE, Council of Legal Education, where you get your compliance certificate. And once you have filled out the necessary forms, you wait for gazettement, because once you become an advocate, the same will be in the Kenya Gazette. Then once you're gazetted, you take your documents to the Supreme Court. Then you wait for a day when the Chief Justice is available according to his diary. Then on the admission date, so prior to that, once you're getting admitted, you need a gown, you need a bib, you need they call the shirt, the advocate's shirt, you need the wig, you need a suit, you need shoes, you need to be very presentable, because we were admitted by Chief Justice Maraga, and he used to inspect all of us to confirm that you are decent, you are presentable. So kindly invest in something good. You'll be admitted at the Supreme Court. However, there is a batch that was admitted at the Magistrates Court, Magistrates Court. So once you are admitted, it's also a costly affair, because getting all these things, at times you might have to outsource, or you might have to buy, or whatever form you use, it's still an expensive affair. Then once you are now admitted, you take out your practicing certificate so that you can be able to practice in any court in Kenya.
As a fourth point, I think now this is now after you're already admitted to the bar, and now you're looking for employment. I'd start by saying that there's a lot of, although some people out there say, oh, the market is flooded, there's a lot of room for lawyers to practice. You can go to public bodies, you can go to the private institutions like companies who need lawyers in-house. NGOs are also there. So the first pointer for you is to, even law firms now, litigation, most of us are litigation lawyers. So the first thing for you is to identify what you'd love to do. If it's a law firm, if you'd want to practice law, litigation and all that. Cut a niche for yourself and try and be good at it. We've had people now going back to school and, like Jamili here is now studying to be an arbitrator. So, that is a niche that she wants to cut for herself. Don't just, because now there's more than 15,000 advocates currently. And so you really, for you to really make it in this field, you really need to cut a niche for yourself. Even as we're still in the process of cutting that niche and seeing how we'll fit into the job market. So for a start, if it's project management, if you want to join an NGO, you can do project management so that you're able to fit into that field. If you want to go in-house and be now a counsel for companies, most companies require you to have CPS. So just get whatever field that you want to fit in and see what you can do. That way you'll be more marketable if it's employment. And even if you're employing yourself as an advocate to have your own law firm, it will help you if you're known to be good at ABCD. The second thing is now be good at what you do. I think this was mentioned by one of them, and let people know you as being a diligent person. When people think of a tax lawyer, let them think of I know somebody who can, because I think our profession is more of referrals. Me, if somebody can come to me with a tax matter and be like, I know a very good tax person who knows these issues. So let people know you. When they think of a tax issue, they know it's you. They think of mediation, probably they think of you. And so I think that would be a good tip for after now you've been admitted, when you're now getting into the job field, so that you're not there now, you're an advocate of the High Court and you're there, you don't know now probably where to start. First, identify, know, as early as now, know where you want to fit in. Some people start knowing after, it's okay, there's no time limit, but just know that for you to make it in this, I think you really have to work hard. We've learned that from our seniors who we keep learning from. Yes, and that's a great thing to do.
To add on that, what also I could advise is, I know getting a job is so hard, especially after being admitted, because after admission there's a certain, your legal fees, your salary will go up. So most law firms don't like taking newly admitted advocates. But remember, what I normally say, as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, you can't say you're jobless. Remember, you have audience in every court. You can still take up matters. So at least you can be finding something to do on the side as you make applications, or as she said, as when you're finding your niche, or trying to do what you're finding out what you're going to do. So
there's so much to do as an advocate. You can just look, there's many things you can stamp things
Thank you so much for watching. So this is going to be our last part series of our law school series. So before we end this video, my colleagues here can give their parting shots.
Yes, I hope that you've learned a thing or two from these segments. It's been amazing to share our experience with you, and we hope that you'll get to learn from our mistakes or our experiences, and to maybe have a smoother ride than we did.
Thank you also, Ruth, for having us. Your channel also educates many people, so we thank you for this platform, able to just have a conversation around these issues. When we were joining law school and the KSL, we didn't have such people to tell us some of these things. We learned on the job, and so I think this is a great platform, and we like to thank you for hosting us. Yes, and we look forward. I hope you'll keep inviting us.
I will.
It was fun.
Yes, I would want to say thank you. We have had an interactive session, and I hope you guys have learned 1 or 2, 3 things. Something about the legal profession is that there is no end to learning. So keep reading, keep learning, keep discovering new things. It will assist you. In case you have any questions, you can drop them below. We'll be able to answer. Feel free.
I'll also share their social media handles for anyone who want to reach out. I'm sure they'll be willing to help. I'm going to share them. You'll see them here on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. And if this segment has been helpful, you can also put more questions down here. I can invite them back and we can answer all your questions.
Please like,
subscribe, it's down here on the side.
And as usual, don't forget to comment and share this video. Until next time,
Bye.